welcome. This is ISRA's STC series, round 3 at Mosport. It's going to be another double header, so 2 races. This is the qualifying session. If you don't want to watch qualifying, it's only a 10-minute session, of which a minute and a half are gone. So just jump ahead about 10 minutes and you'll get to the pace lap. Otherwise, if you want to watch me qualify, sit tight and watch this. Moss now. Tricky corner, although honestly not that bad in this car. Well, the person who's going to be pole sitter is 16 seconds behind me, so I've got plenty of laps to get this right. I know that he is about 1.3 seconds faster than I am, so it gives me all of qualifying, so I don't have to worry about him, slowing him down for this whole qualifying session, which is nice. Alright, well that was an interesting line right there. Okay, so here we come for turn 1. No braking, just let up. Oh man, that was close to the wall. A little bit slow on exit. Not super happy with that. Brake just a little and turn in. There we go. Ridiculously fast turn. Once again, a turn that in this car is not so scary. Oh, I didn't take that well. Had alright speed, but not great. Alright, actually got it turned in there pretty early. So that was potentially decent. And just watching Alexander pick up his second on me. Oh man, that hurts. Alright, I know I've lost a lot of time to other people in this last turn sequence. It's really fast, you sort of touch the brake. No, keep it on the track. Shoot, that was a lousy exit speed.
1 minute 38.414.
Not my best time, but not my worst. Puts me in 7th at the moment. Let's see if I can do better than that, though. Alright, turning in a little bit better there. Still, I could push it far harder. I'm really far from the right-hand side, and if I'm pushing turn 2 properly, I'll track out all the way to the edge. Actually suiting me alright. Before I'd been taking a lot more speed through Moss and then struggling to turn in, but it seems like when I do it like that, where I'm really taking the speed, slowing down mid-corner and then turning in, it looks like that's the way to go, that old slow in fast out. like how I cut that nicely. I think I still was a little bit fast through there. Didn't get on the gas quite when I wanted to.
1 minute 38.737.
Come on, I can do this. Ooh, understeering on the turn in. It's not good. A drama-free exit because I went really slow. Okay, that might have been good. I wanted to hit the curb just a little bit more, but on the whole, I think it was alright. I turned in for that too early and had to do it a second time. That's the patented understeer, rotate, slide through piece of junk flying through Mouse. See, we've got 2 minutes 32 seconds, so I can get 2 more laps in, I bet. Alright, right now I'm sitting in 8th behind Kenny Coughlin. Let's see if I can do something to change that. That was slow as can be. Alright, well that time I took that turn a little bit slower on the entry. It's fine because I think that lap was junk and I should really set up for this lap anyway.
1 minute 38.839.
Okay, turn 1 a lot better. Okay, now there we go. Let's get turned in, lift just a little bit because it seems to like to act like a double apex. Good track out, good speed, I can tell, because I've got the shift light in the green. I think that was so-so. Once again, I didn't turn in right. Go. I want to cut it, but not so much. Oh no! That's going to cost me huge time. Didn't want to cut it that much. I didn't want to get the 1x, but I also didn't want to cut it that much. 52 seconds left, but they give you like an extra minute or so at the end of the session. So I should be able to complete 1 more lap. Let's find out. Turns in happily. I'm able to hug that side nicely. Good. That was how I should be taking the last turn.
1 minute 39.082.
Hey, look, another crap lap. Yeah, turn 1 was pretty drama-free and slow. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. Get the car turned in. Oh, it doesn't want to turn in. Alright, so there's the checker. Wow, that was slow and terrible. That was good. That was smooth. I think it was the right speed. Let's see if I can beat the end of the session. That was awesome through Moss. Let's just see. Alright, so time remaining, 1 minute 22. So that's like the 2-minute checkered flag. Plenty of time to finish this lap. Unfortunately, I've screwed up a couple parts of it, so I think it's ultimately not going to be a good lap. But what can you do? Wide of that apex. It's finish it strong. That's as strong as it's gonna get. So let's see.
There's the flag, it's over.
And I pretty much equaled my previous time. So what can you do? All right, let's just look at the qualifying times here. Okay, well, I'm a second and a half behind David Servois, who actually got pole there. It's not too bad. About what you'd expect from me. And I got plenty of good competition here. Man, okay. Hitting the grid.
1 lap to green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
I'm running 4, Joe.
And here we go for hopefully another action-packed and fun-filled race. These STC races are always full of close racing. And as always, if you want to join us, just head to ISRAleague.com and join us. You can, join mid-season. That's no problem. You obviously have to be an iRacing member, but that's also pretty easy to take care of. They've got, I don't know what the deal is right now, but they always give you some number of months free when you sign up for the first time. And hey, use me as a referral. You can see my name right there. And I'll get monies from them, credits.
May not be much weight, but I can really feel it in my salsa.
Solstice has ballast?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is there a car without ballast?
Just the SRF. Because those John Deere tractors are heavy enough.
Oh no! Joe Jr. messes up the
Let
pace
the 16
now.
car by.
Sorry, I didn't know what happened there.
I believe you missed everybody.
Oh my god, sorry.
Hope you didn't damage it already, Joe.
Yeah, leave that to throw on. I'm okay, thanks.
Let the 16 car by.
Yeah, first the 16 car has to catch up. Yeah, Joe wants you to go by.
Get ready, going green. The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Alright, I was actually in a pretty ideal place there for the green flag, but there's no space on the track to get past anyone before turn 1. So we'll just head along here into turn 2. Which those guys are taking side by side. That was exciting. Now everyone's in a nice single file line, so they'll go their proper speeds. Well, there's still the accordion effect. Everyone's going to be real careful here. Not to run to anyone ahead of them. Alright, so just looking at the standings, Bob is 0.8 seconds behind me. Kenny Coughlin there is 0.6 ahead of me. Both the Solstice and the Spec Racer Ford are faster on the straights, although the Spec Racer Ford kind of runs out of steam at the high speeds, so I'm going to catch up here towards the end of the straight. Alright, doing what the Miata does best, jumping those curbs.
1 minute 40.02.
Just not to say that. Oh, and Joe Jr. getting sideways.
Go left.
And with a little evasive maneuvering, a pickup spot, and the other two guys there shouldn't have spun the way they did, but they did not react in time to Joe spinning. So if you go rewind the video and watch what happened, you'll see he starts to spin and the guys right behind him, I don't know, I guess they were trying to figure out what he was going to do exactly, if he was going to catch it, but they didn't hit the brakes. I don't even know if they lifted, I can't tell. But obviously, when they did finally react, it was too late, and they induced spins on themselves, trying to turn and slow down to avoid him. All right, so where does that put us? Well, I'm going to be 6th now from 9th, and John Middleton is 2.8 seconds ahead of me. And I was running in practice behind John Middleton. He's fast, but catchable.
You got a slow car on the left.
And another Solstice
on the left.
Bites the dust as Dana Gralti puts it into the wall. Those Solstice, I guess you'd say, are tough to drive.
1 minute 39.273. You're in 5th.
I was actually surprised to see that those Solstice is in its street form, a 2,900-pound car. Kind of surprisingly heavy. I mean, it's a chunky car, but often compared to the Miata, at the time, you know, they were saying that GM almost had not necessarily a Miata killer, but had a really good competitor for the Miata. But then, of course, Pontiac went south, and I think the Solstice wasn't quite the car it could have been, partly due to the fact that it was so heavy. I mean, once you get up to 2,900 pounds, well, you're talking, you know, Boxster category and Z4 and those kinds of cars. So, we need something to talk about on these straights, guys. The straights at Mosport are a little long. But I'm only 1.8 seconds behind John Middleton, so I picked up a second already in this lap. If I can keep where I am here in comparison to him. Oops, went a little bit too hot into there, but sort of a little bit hot there too, so lost half a second in that maneuver.
1 minute 38.725.
And now I'm in 5th. I don't know if that happened before or not, but definitely in 5th now. This turn 2 is surprisingly fast entry, although I think I went in a little bit too fast, or maybe I turned in a little bit too late. Again, in the Miata, really a nice turn. I think I'm going to be... Well, you know what? I'm scarred by two cars. The Spec... not Spec Miata, the Star Miata, Mazda. I've raced here in that, and turn 2 is a terrifying turn. Because I think typically on this course, because it's got so many long straights, you go with a low downforce setup, and turn 2 is just scary as heck, because if you get it wrong, you fly right off. And also in the Ford GT, because that car understeers under acceleration, you've got to be accelerating through turn 2, and it's really easy to go and understeer right off the track. Ah, that's what happened. Oh no, but Kenny Coughlin was right ahead of me and bit it with David, right? So you see my back end started to come out there too, like I think that's probably what happened to Daniel Gralti.
1 minute 38.54.
Just have to work to control it. Well, that was my fastest lap of the race so far, and I'm losing ground to John Middleton. My only hope is that he can get into a battle with Mike Young ahead of him, and that'll slow them down. That is how I was able to catch up with him in practice, and it looks like he's caught up with Mike Young, so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, back to the Solstice. Yes, 2,100 pounds in its street form, and you compare its power output to Boxer, the Z4. You know, you're just going to see a real disparity there. Ooh, that was terrible. So I don't know if it failed because of that, but I don't think it helped. Also, it has a roof, a top that you have to get out of the car to put up, whereas the Miata has either the power hard top or this manual soft top that you can operate from within the car. Call it this 3-second top, because that's about how long it takes to put it up and down. It's awesome.
Minute 40.27.
Well, no surprise that I lost time or ground there. Oh, Mike Young and John Middleton are really dicing it up now. Alright, I went for a little bit slower entry there. Take the full throttle all the way through the turn. You know what? That worked out pretty well for me, so that's just what I'm going to do now. Oh, that felt pretty good. Yes, and I'm able to keep it going through the corner. Looked like a little bit wide, just based on the you know, the tire marks on the track, but I had to apply the brakes at a point there that I'm not super happy with, but let's see how it goes. And I just have Dan Morera 20 seconds behind me, so yeah, exciting beginning, but unfortunately all my competitors sort of taking themselves out makes makes for a boring race for me. But again, hopefully something's going to happen here up ahead with the two guys, and they'll maybe run into each other. Not that I wish anything bad like that for any of the people I race with, but if I were to be selfish and say, to make my race interesting, I hope it happens. And what are race car drivers if not selfish?
1 minute 38.563.
Let's just look at the time here. We have 14.5 minutes left. Once again, going with that slightly slower in, tighter line, but a good wide exit. I need to enter that corner just a little bit later, I think. I think that's what's happening. despite the fact that that looked ugly, I think it was actually reasonably fast. Because by rotating the car that way, I slowed myself down, I got the car rotated, and I got on the gas early and hard. Again, John Middleton. Oh, what's happened? Oh, nothing. Nothing's happened. Yes, something's happened. David Serrois fell back from second. I need to stop watching my F3 screen there and start watching the road when I'm entering a corner, but David Serrois now shown in fourth, 8.1 seconds ahead of me, so looks like a spin that he's recovering from.
1 minute 38.552.
And that is just more good for me. A little bit slow there through turn 2. Okay, I did enter later, but I also entered a little bit faster. That was no good, so I gotta try that a different way. David Serrois and Mike Young up ahead. Too far for you to see, and this may be where David went wrong, because I see some tire marks that I don't really expect to see there. I don't remember there. Well, you got John Middleton, Mike Young, David Serrois all within about half a second. Yeah, all within half a second. So that's got to be some pretty exciting driving up there. So somebody's having an exciting race. It's just not me. It could be you, though, if you joined us at ISRAleague.com. Wow, I didn't get a 1x for that. That was awesome.
1 minute 41.062.
Time as a whole was not awesome. Okay, turn in. Hey, that kind of worked. I think. It's still a little bit slower than I've done it. Okay, trying to take it wide, and later. There we go. Alright, well now I'm tracking out along the line that, you know, is darkened, because that's the line that everybody takes. So hopefully that was good. And here I'm going a little bit later. Oh, that was much better. So all this is really practicing for the next race, because this is a double header and there will be a second race. And David Serrois got past both of them. But he's driving the Solstice, I think. Might be wrong there. And the Solstice is faster. So John Middleton, though, gets by him. So Mike Young has now lost 2 spots. I feel like I'm commentating on radio or something, because I can't see the action.
1 minute 38.349.
Alright, see, that was a pretty good time. Not my absolute best, but best for the race so far. So I did a couple things right there. There we go. Nice. Waited just a moment to get on the gas. I think I still turned in there a little bit fast, a little bit early, rather. And man, that's a good battle right there. Oh. You know, that felt like it sucked. I'm just not convinced it did. Because you need to get rid of the speed. I think you just need to slow down enough to turn in. And I don't know if that's a good way to do it, but it seems to be working. Oops. So David Sawaz pulling out now pulling away from those guys. So it's back to John Middleton versus Mike Young. And I didn't hit the curb there, but I did pretty well. We got 8.5 minutes left.
1 minute 38.336.
I'm turning into turn 1 too soon. I can't get on the gas early enough. I need to turn in later. Ian Boyd has exited the pits and is laps down, but 7 seconds behind me. Let's see. Maybe that was good. Was that good? It felt like I missed the apex by a mile. But I don't know, when I look at the marks on the track, it looks like that's what people are doing. Maybe you don't want to hit the apex so close, because I bet you it's a decreasing radius turn. Oops. Don't want to do that either. Now, I'm keeping up here with the other guys. It's probably because they're fighting a battle, but still, it's good to know, good to see, that when I drive those fast laps that I can keep up. Okay, turning in later.
1 minute 39.888.
Okay, that was later, but I also stayed on the gas a little bit too late. Too long. Ugh, that was slow. Yeah, see, when I hit the curb like that, what happens is I don't have enough angle exiting the turn. So that's the trick. I don't want to hit the curb like that. I want to miss what I thought was the apex. I want to go wider. Oops. Not that wide, though. Not that I'm really that upset, since it has absolutely no bearing on my finish here. Yeah, it'd probably be fair if you decided you got bored and just wanted to skip to the second race. I wouldn't blame you. Not one bit. Actually kind of interesting there. Get the feeling it was pretty fast. You're not going to be able to tell based on this lap time because it was a pretty terrible lap.
1 minute
Okay, so let out, but then
44.409.
turn in later. That seemed pretty good. See if I can keep it up the whole lap. Can I keep up pretty good through this whole lap? Let's find out. I think I was a little bit slow entering there. I was like 5 miles an hour. Alright, well, John Milton is, well, he's not quite pressuring David Sirwa. He's, well, but you know, he's within 2 seconds. About 2 seconds behind. And Mike Young is 5 seconds behind him. So Mike Young seeing his hopes for top 3 go down the drain as John Middleton is able to pull away.
One minute 38.458.
Okay, well, not a bad lap, not my fastest so far, but I think that's just because I didn't put it all together. I think a couple of the elements were pretty solid. That was not solid what I just did. Although, still getting good ultimate exit speed. No, see, I turned it too early again. Whoa, that's how you do it. Oh man, that was like an epiphany right there, let me tell you. Went from accelerating smoothly onto the brake, then right back onto the accelerator once I started turning in. Man, that was awesome. Again. Oops, that time I went off track. Cut it a little bit. Minute 40. Oh man, that means I've got 2 more laps to do.
1 minute 41.048.
Alright, 2 more laps of this. Then we'll get into the next race. There, right there. I brake to get it to turn, then get on the gas. It's working really well. Alright, coming up on what's going to be the last lap here. Coming up on it ever so slowly. Fast right there.
One minute 40.735.
That was pretty good right there through turn 1, and I wasn't even paying attention. Slow entry, but I got the car rotated really nicely. Almost went through the grass. Just kept it off. Oh, I'm slow. That's alright. Alright, come on, race be over so we can get to the next one and have some close driving. Hopefully those guys will jump into the next race and haven't jumped into bed. They're upset. People tend not to take this series quite as seriously as GTC. They definitely take it seriously, and I mean, you can get some feathers ruffled, but a bad showing here is not usually as heartbreaking as it is for GTC. Oh man. Alright, we're going to do a special finish here.
There's the flag. It's over.
Alright, so we're going to take a moment because we have to wait for the next race to come up. And just jump out of here and we'll be back. I'll go get the computer so I can chat with you in between the race.